The next month will see international football take center stage across Europe, with Euro 2020 set to kick off this weekend. Yes, it is still called that, despite it taking place in 2021, mainly for branding purposes. Anyway, this year's edition of UEFA's Premier International Tournament promises to be a fantastic festival of football, with several of the game's top players and teams vying to be crowned Europe's best. This year's installment is unique in the fact that it is not being hosted by any specific host nation, with games being spread across 11 different cities around the continent, with Wembley set to host the most games, 9 in total, including both semi-finals and the final, making it a home tournament of sorts for England. Gareth Southgate's men will be under pressure to ensure it finally comes home, whatever that means, while France will be looking to emulate the achievement of their 98 and 2000 teams by winning back-to-back World Cup and Euro tournaments. Belgium, the best team in the world according to the FIFA World Rankings, will be hoping their golden generation finally lifts the trophy. Portugal will be looking to win a third straight UEFA competition, following their triumphs at Euro 2016 and the Nations League last year. Historic powerhouses Germany, Italy and the Netherlands will also be looking to make significant impressions after some years in the doldrums. The group stage will see some fantastic encounters, but which groups will provide the most excitement and which teams are likely to progress to the knockout rounds? Beautiful Goal TV takes a look.
What a finish! Beautiful goal!
Group A sees Italy take on Switzerland, Turkey and Euro 2016 semi-finalists Wales. The latter have recently lost their manager Ryan Giggs due to allegations of criminal activity in his private life, which could yet leave their hopes of having a good tournament somewhat bruised. Wales finished second in their qualifying group, just 3 points behind 2018 World Cup finalists Croatia, and will be pinning their hopes on talisman Gareth Bale. The former world beater didn't exactly set the world alight last season on loan at Spurs, but has always reserved his best form and performances for the national team, especially in recent years. Wales, Golf, Madrid, in that order, remember? But while Bale is their main weapon, he's not their only threat, with Manchester United's Dan James likely to provide attacking support with his speed, as well as Leeds United's Tyler Roberts, who had a great debut season in the Premier League under the guidance of Marcelo Bielsa. Add to that the experience of Aaron Ramsey and Joe Allen in midfield, as well as the defensive quality of Ethan Ampadu and Ben Davies, and the Welsh have an outside chance of progressing. Italy will of course be favourites to top the group, especially with all 3 of their group games taking place in Italy, giving them an obvious advantage. Not that they'd necessarily need it, given the fact that they were perfect in qualifying, winning all 10 of their games, conceding just 4 goals in the process. Having failed to qualify for the World Cup in Russia, the Azzurri will be aiming to re-establish themselves as one of the powerhouses of international football. They certainly have the squad to do just that. They have arguably the best young keeper in the world in Gianluigi Donnarumma, the experience of Leonardo Bonucci at the back, and a truly world-class midfield trio consisting of Marco Verratti, Jorginho, and the brilliant Nicolo Barella, which should enable them to dominate every game in this group. The attacking quality brought by Federico Chiesa and Lorenzo Pellegrini, along with the goal-scoring expertise of Ciro Immobile and Andrea Belotti, mean Roberto Mancini's side could be considered dark horses to win the tournament outright. Speaking of dark horses, Turkey are a side who should not be underestimated and could cause every team in this group serious problems. They finished second in their qualifying group behind world champions France and possess an array of talent all over the pitch. They are extremely solid at the back, having conceded just 3 goals during qualifying. With the likes of Demiral, Soyuncu and Kabak at the back, that's hardly surprising. Milan's Hakan Çalhanoğlu is their attacking linchpin and has the ability to unlock the tightest of defenses. His experience against the Italians, given that he plays in Serie A, could prove invaluable. Veteran striker Burak Yilmaz has just come off one of the best seasons of his career, with his goals helping Lille beat PSG to the Ligue 1 title in France. The Turks will take on Italy in the opening game of the tournament, and if they manage to pick up a point in that game, will fancy their chances of progressing to the knockout rounds. Switzerland will also fancy their chances of sealing progression to the round of 16, having qualified top of their group ahead of Denmark. They too boast quality all over the pitch, with goalkeeper Jan Sommer protected by an excellent back 4, including Fabian Schär, Manuel Akanji, and the impressive Kevin Mbabu. Granit Xhaka provides solidity in midfield and rarely displays the poor decision-making that plagues him at club level for his country. while Sheridan Shaqiri and Daniel Zakaria will provide wide attacking threats, looking to create for frontmen Breel Mbolo and Haris Seferovic. Prediction? This will be a very tight and competitive group with no obvious whooping boys. Italy should progress as group winners, with Turkey and Switzerland in second and third respectively, with Wales exiting at the group stage this time round. Group B sees Belgium headline a group including Denmark, Russia and Finland, which they will be expected to top comfortably. Roberto Martinez's men were imperious in qualifying, winning all 10 of their games, conceding just 3 goals and scoring 40. As impressive as that sounds, the group did feature Kazakhstan, Cyprus and San Marino, who astonishingly finished with a goal difference of -50. Anyway, Belgium could only beat what was in front of them, and they did so in style. 3 years on from their World Cup semi-final defeat to France, this will be the last chance for many of the country's so-called golden generation to win a trophy, with the likes of Toby Alderweireld, Jan Vertonghen and Thomas Vermaelen all in the twilight of their careers. Despite it being something of an aging team, especially at the back, overall, Belgium unquestionably have one of the best squads at the tournament, with the likes of Yuri Tillemans, Axel Witsel, Thorgan and Eden Hazard, Yannick Carrasco, and the PFA Player of the Year, Kevin De Bruyne in midfield, as well as the rampant Romelu Lukaku and the outstanding Dries Mertens up front, the former having just enjoyed one of the best seasons of his career, with his 24 Serie A goals powering Inter to their first Scudetto in 10 years. With all that talent and the tactical and technical expertise of Roberto Martinez and Thierry Henry, who has rejoined the team for the tournament, Belgium should comfortably sweep this group and qualify as group winners. Russia, who finished runners-up to the Red Devils in qualifying, have largely the same group of players who did the country so proud at the 2018 World Cup, where they exceeded expectations and reached the quarterfinals. Coach Stanislav Cherchesov will be relying on Artem Zubia as his main attacking threat, while Denis Cheryshev and Alexander Golovin will be the main creators from midfield, with veteran defender Mario Fernandes marshalling the defense. To match their feat from qualifying and finish as group runners-up, they'll have to overcome an impressively well-organized Denmark team, who have some high-quality players in key positions. Leicester City's Kasper Schmeichel remains criminally underrated and is one of the best goalkeepers in the Premier League, while Andreas Christensen and Yannick Vestergaard provide the defensive solidity ahead of him. In midfield, Christian Eriksen remains the main creator, with Dortmund's Thomas Delaney and Tottenham's Pierre-Emile Højbjerg completing an impressive midfield trio. RB Leipzig's Josef Poulsen will no doubt start up front, aided by none other than Barcelona forward Martin Braithwaite, in what is a less than impressive front line. That's where their fellow Scandinavians, Finland, might just have a slight edge. Norwich striker Timo Pukki's goal saw them finish second in their qualifying group, behind Italy and ahead of Euro 2004 winners Greece, to qualify for a major tournament for the first time in their history. Pukki will need to be at his best for the Finns to have any hopes of progressing, but in all likelihood, they'll be pleased to just be there and make up the numbers. Prediction? Belgium should win all 3 games and progress comfortably as group winners, ahead of Denmark and Russia, with Finland finishing bottom of the group. Group C is headlined by UEFA Nations League runners-up and perennial underachievers, the Netherlands, who will face Austria, Ukraine and North Macedonia. The Dutch finished second in their qualifying group behind Germany, but did manage to beat Die Mannschaft for the first time in 17 years during the campaign. Despite missing their commanding Virgil van Dijk through injury, the Dutch have good depth at centre-back, with Stefan de Vrij and Matthijs de Ligt likely to start, with Joel Veltman and Nathan Ake as cover. Coach Frank de Boer has come under fire for his mixed results and recent tactical switch to a controversial 5-3-2 formation, which even prompted criticism from his own twin brother Ronald, who said Johan Cruyff would be turning over in his grave at the Oranje playing such a defensive system. Anything other than a 4-3-3 is seen as sacrilegious by the Cruyffian Dutch, but given the set of players at his disposal, it is actually a potentially shrewd move by the under-fire coach, which could see them progress far into the tournament, even if they won't be playing anything like the swashbuckling total football we've seen from the Dutch sides of yesteryear. The midfield trio of De Roon, Gini Wijnaldum and Frenkie de Jong certainly have enough technical quality to dominate most opponents, especially with the likes of Ryan Gravenberch and Tien Koopmeiners in reserve, as well as the pace of Memphis Depay, Quincy Promes and Steven Berghuis up front. The former Manchester United winger Depay has undergone a renaissance of sorts at Lyon, and was their top scorer again last season, with only Kylian Mbappe outscoring him in Ligue 1. With his contract at Lyon expiring and free agency looming, he'll have extra motivation to have an impressive tournament, with his mooted move to Barcelona still yet to be confirmed. Speaking of moves to Spanish giants, Austria will be led by talisman and new Real Madrid signing David Alaba, although this time round his supporting cast is more impressive than it's been before. Philipp Lienhardt and Alexander Dragovic provide real quality at the back, while RB Leipzig's Marcel Sabitzer and Bayer Leverkusen's Julian Baumgartlinger patrol the midfield with authority. Valentino Lazaro is their main creative outlet, and veteran striker Marko Arnautovic will be looking to add to the 6 goals he scored in qualifying. Ukraine, coached by the legendary former striker Andrei Shevchenko, will be looking to make an impact on this tournament and boast some top talents such as Manchester City's Alexander Zinchenko and West Ham forward Andrei Yarmolenko. They are a well-organized outfit and qualified unbeaten and top of their group ahead of defending champions Portugal, who they beat along the way. Roman Yaremchuk was key for them during qualifying, netting 4 times, including the first goal in their 2-1 win over Portugal, and will be eager to add to his tally at the tournament proper. North Macedonia are the only team to qualify for the tournament via the UEFA Nations League. They overcame Kosovo to book their place at the tournament, and unsurprisingly, at 64 in the FIFA rankings, are the lowest ranked team in the competition. Veteran striker Goran Pandev booked their place at the tournament, but 21-year-old Napoli midfielder Elif Elmas is the one to watch for them, with the youngster having netted 4 goals for them en route to qualification. Prediction? Netherlands should qualify by virtue of beating Austria and North Macedonia, but the game against Ukraine will determine the group winner. The Dutch, like Italy, have the advantage of playing at home, so should come out on top, with Ukraine in second place ahead of Austria. North Macedonia look likely to be nothing more than the whipping boys in this one. So there you have it, part 1 of our preview and predictions for the group stage of Euro 2020. Be sure to check out part 2, where we'll preview England and Spain's respective groups, as well as the group of death. Let us know what you think will happen in the group stage, and who you think are the favorites to win the tournament in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, and if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button for more beautiful Goal TV content. We'll be covering the Euros extensively, with tactical previews, predictions, and reaction videos, so watch this space for some great content coming your way. As always, thanks for watching, much love, take it easy, and keep enjoying the beautiful game.